French President Emmanuel Macron arrives in India on a three-day visit. Prime Minister Modi and Macron hold bilateral talks in Mumbai. Defence ties and a big-ticket Rafale fighter jet deal top the agenda. Macron will also visit the AI Impact Summit in Delhi later this week. After speculation over whether he had been dropped from the AI Impact Summit over his alleged Epstein links, the Gates Foundation clarifies that Bill Gates will attend the summit and deliver the keynote address as scheduled. There has been backlash over his India visit following the release of Epstein files. Union IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav apologizes for the inconvenience faced by many amid the chaos that disrupted day one of India's AI summit. He promises smoother sessions ahead. Huge tragedy in Delhi as a 23-year-old man is killed in a head-on collision with an SUV being driven by a minor. The victim's mother alleges the driver of the SUV was overspeeding and performing road stunts to film reels for social media. Navjot Kaur Sidhu, the expelled Congress leader and wife of former Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, launches a blistering attack on Rahul Gandhi, says Punjab Congress unit is steeped in corruption and Rahul Gandhi is disconnected from ground reality. She adds Gandhi doesn't deserve the chair he occupies. On a day when Tariq Rahman took oath as the new Prime Minister, Bangladesh's outgoing interim chief advisor Mohammad Yunus provokes India again. In his farewell speech, he invokes the Seven Sisters, the northeastern region of India, without even naming the country. Experts say Yunus's lack of respect for India's sovereignty reflects a dangerous mindset. Trump continues to escalate pressure on Tehran on the eve of US-Iran talks. The military buildup in the Middle East keeps growing, with surging jets, tankers and air defenses being deployed by the United States. Amid global outrage over the deteriorating health condition of jailed former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, 14 former cricket captains, including Sunil Gavaskar and Kapil Dev, write to the Pakistan government seeking immediate medical care for Khan. This comes after reports that Imran Khan has lost 85% vision in his right eye while in custody. Hello and welcome to the Times of India. You're watching Headlines at 8 with me, Neha Khanna. Our top story. French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in India today on a three-day visit. He has begun his trip in Mumbai, where he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Lok Bhavan. The two leaders held bilateral talks on a whole range of issues. Later in the week, Macron will also attend the AI Impact Summit being hosted in Delhi. Now, during this visit, defence ties and cooperation between India and France are high on the agenda. France is seeking to expand its military partnership with New Delhi, and Macron's talks with Prime Minister Modi focused on cooperation in artificial intelligence and a potential multi-billion-dollar Dassault Rafale fighter jet deal. The two leaders also exchanged views on regional and global issues and reviewed progress in the India-France strategic partnership. The French leader's visit follows New Delhi's confirmation last week that it intends to place a major order for 114 Rafale jets, as well as the signing of a landmark free trade agreement between India and the European Union. Prime Minister Modi and President Macron also jointly inaugurated the India-France Year of Innovation. They addressed an audience comprising business leaders, startup founders, researchers and innovators from both countries. The two leaders also inaugurated India's first helicopter final assembly line via video conference. It's a joint venture between India's Tata Group and Airbus. The facility in Vemagal in Karnataka, near the tech hub of Bengaluru, will manufacture the Airbus H125, the company's best-selling single-engine helicopter. Macron's office has said, "Through this visit, we seek to strengthen cooperation with India and to diversify France's economic and trade partnerships. In the past decade, Paris has emerged as one of India's most important defense and economic partners, as the latter seeks to reduce its dependence on Russia, its traditional main supplier of military equipment, turning to other countries while also pushing for more domestic production. Last week, the Defence Ministry stated that the proposed purchase of Rafale jets had been cleared, with the majority of them to be manufactured in India. The deal for 114 Rafale fighter jets is believed to be worth 3.25 lakh crore rupees, marking the biggest defence acquisition in India's history. In 2016, India purchased 36 Rafales for its Air Force and has already ordered another 26 for its Navy. Talks between Prime Minister Modi and President Macron also focused on global economic uncertainty triggered by tariff policies under US President Donald Trump, as well as China's influence in the region. This is the French president's fourth visit to India since taking office in 2017. It comes at the invitation of Prime Minister Modi to take part in the AI Impact Summit being hosted by India for the first time. It was a day of will he, won't he, after feverish speculation over whether Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates was going to skip the AI Impact Summit being held in Delhi. His foundation announced that Gates would indeed participate in the much-talked-about event. Speculation began when some reports emerged suggesting that Bill Gates might not attend the mega AI summit after his name was not visible on parts of the summit's online speaker listing. But soon enough, the Gates Foundation issued a clarification restoring him to the roster of high-profile global speakers at the event. Rejecting the reports, the foundation spokesperson stated, Bill Gates, chair of the Gates Foundation, is attending the India AI Impact Summit. He will be delivering the keynote as scheduled. The clarification came amid a huge backlash on social media, criticizing Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu for rolling out the red carpet for Gates in his state. There has been massive outrage over Bill Gates' alleged links to convicted sex offender, child trafficker and pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who died in a New York jail in 2019. The name of the Microsoft co-founder appears multiple times in the Epstein files, recently released by the US Justice Department. In one email cited in the documents, Epstein allegedly claimed he had helped Bill Gates obtain drugs to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls. This includes claims accusing Gates of attempting to conceal a sexually transmitted disease from his then-wife Melinda Gates. In a separate email addressed to Gates, Epstein accused the billionaire of attempting to stage a cover-up to protect his public image. The email alleges Gates asked for antibiotics so they could be given to Melinda without her knowledge and urged the deletion of emails referring to the alleged STD. Bill Gates has denied all the allegations and termed them absurd and baseless. In a podcast interview, Melinda Gates said her former husband's meetings with Jeffrey Epstein were among the factors that contributed to the end of their 27-year marriage. Bill Gates arrived in India earlier this week and was received in Andhra Pradesh by Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu and State Minister Nara Lokesh. The state government says the visit centered on discussions around collaboration in health, agriculture, education and technology-driven governance. Chief Minister Naidu has said his association with Gates dates back to 1997 when he pitched his vision for building a technology ecosystem in the state. However, the reception accorded to Gates has drawn widespread criticism from several political leaders as well as social media users who cited references to his name in the Epstein files. They've also accused him of treating India like a lab for his products. Many argue that India should have withdrawn its invitation to Bill Gates out of respect for and in solidarity with the victims of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking racket. The India AI Impact Summit, which Bill Gates will attend, was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday. The summit seeks to bring together global leaders, policymakers and technology executives to deliberate on AI governance, regulatory frameworks and international cooperation. The event has drawn participation from stakeholders across more than 30 countries. Senior tech executives such as Sundar Pichai of Alphabet Inc. and Sam Altman of OpenAI are also scheduled to attend. Opening day proceedings witnessed logistical challenges, including overcrowding and connectivity issues, drawing criticism from many attendees who took to social media to share their experiences. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has now apologized to the people who faced these issues on the first day. He said the government is open-minded and ready to make efforts to address suggestions for a smooth user experience. This is a tragic story from India's capital. 23-year-old Sahil Dhaneshwar was killed in a devastating road crash, which his mother has termed criminal stunt driving for social media reels. Ina Markan, Sahil's mother, has said her son was riding a bike to work when a speeding Scorpio, driven recklessly in the opposite lane near Lal Bahadur Shastri College in Dwarka, swerved past a bus and smashed into his motorcycle before ramming a parked car. A taxi driver was also seriously injured in the multi-vehicle collision. A chilling 12-second video clip has surfaced showing the SUV hurtling forward moments before impact, narrowly avoiding a bus before veering into Sahil's path on the narrow road. The police are probing whether the occupants of the SUV were filming reels and performing stunts at high speed. Markan, the mother, says the driver failed to brake and, in fact, had multiple prior overspeeding challans. Demanding justice for her son, she says there needs to be punishment for both the driver and the owner of the speeding vehicle. This is not an accident. My son died for their fun reels, she said, calling it reckless entitlement on public roads. The driver of the SUV, reportedly a minor who was driving without a license, was arrested and sent to an observation home before being granted interim bail for his board exams. Sahil, a BBA final semester student who was preparing for higher studies in the United Kingdom, died on the spot from severe head and rib injuries. A young life cut short, now at the center of a growing demand for justice and road safety accountability.
आरोप नहीं लगा रही हूँ, ये सच है। 3 फरवरी को मेरा बेटा ऑफिस जा रहा था, ट्यूसडे का दिन था, और मेरा बेटा अपने ऑफिस से 200 मीटर ही दूर था। ये स्कॉर्पियो जो है, मेरा बेटा इधर से आ रहा था, तो ये स्कॉर्पियो ऑपोजिट साइड से अपनी सोसाइटी से आ रही थी, और ये लड़का जो अक्षत्र सिंह जो ये स्कॉर्पियो चला रहा था, ये स्टार्टिंग से ही लेफ़्ट मुड़ने के बाद बहुत ज़्यादा स्पीड में था ये। और ये जो है, ये उस दिन जो एफआईआर हुई है उसके हिसाब से उस दिन बताया गया एफआईआर में कि ये 19 साल का है, तो ये 18 साल से ऊपर का है एज़ पर एफआईआर। उस दिन की एफआईआर, बाद में इसको जुवेनाइल बताया गया, लेकिन उस दिन एज़ पर एफआईआर इसको 19 साल का बताया गया था। और पैसेंजर सीट पर इसकी बहन थी। ये लोग अपने घर से फ़न रील्स बनाने के लिए निकले थे, स्पीड वाली रील्स ही बनाए। इन्होंने वो जो रील बनाई है उसमें क्लियरली इनकी स्पीड दिखाई दे रही है, पता चल रहा है कि कितनी स्पीड, क्योंकि जब मुड़ा है सोसाइटी से, मुड़ते ही इसने फुल एक्सीलेटर दे रखा है अपनी गाड़ी पे। इसकी सिस्टर जो पैसेंजर सीट साथ में बैठी थी वो रील्स बना रही थी, और इनका ध्यान दोनों का रील पर था। और ये बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट लेन में बस, अब जिस लेन में बस आ रही है, जो हमने देखा है कि सामने वाली लेन में जो ऑपोजिट लेन है उधर से एक बस आ रही है, वो बहुत धीरे आ रही है बस। तो ये लड़का बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट लेन में ड्राइविंग कर रहा है। ऑपोजिट लेन में आने की वजह से इसने क्या किया है कि जो बस धीरे धीरे चल रही है, तो बस के बिल्कुल सामने आकर इसने जो है बिल्कुल बस के सामने आकर एकदम ऐसे स्टंट मारा है, बिल्कुल बस के पास आके। मतलब बस वाले ने भी अपने आप को धीरे कर लिया इससे बचाने के लिए, और उसके आगे बस के मुंह के सामने से इसने लेफ्ट कट मार के स्टंट मारा है। वो स्टंट मारने की वजह से, क्योंकि मेरा बेटा बस के पीछे था, वो अपनी लेन में चल रहा था, तो बस के पीछे था और बस धीरे धीरे चल रही थी। वो धीरे चलने की वजह से मेरे बेटे ने राइट साइड थोड़ा सा देखने की कोशिश की है कि जगह है कि नहीं, क्योंकि बस के लेफ्ट साइड में एक ई रिक्शा भी था, लेफ्ट साइड में भी जगह नहीं थी। एक ई रिक्शा चल रहा है उसके पैरेलली पीछे, बिल्कुल ब्लॉक करके लेफ्ट साइड को। तो वो येलो कलर की बस आ रही थी, इसने बिल्कुल उस बस के सामने ले जाके स्टंट मारा है इस तरह से लेफ्ट में। और इसकी स्पीड इतनी ज़्यादा थी कि जैसे इसने वो स्टंट मारा है तो मेरा बेटा जब बस के पीछे था उसने राइट साइड देखने की कोशिश करी है, इतनी देर में उसने उसको उड़ा दिया। इसका एक्सेलरेशन इतना ज़्यादा था कि उसको उड़ाने के बाद भी इसने ब्रेक नहीं मारे। ब्रेक ना मार के इसने और ज़्यादा एक्सेलरेशन दे दिया और लेफ्ट साइड में कोई कैब वाला आगे खड़ा था, वो खाना खा रहा था और रेस्ट कर रहा था वहाँ पे, और उस कैब वाले के आगे एक और बस खड़ी थी। तो इनका हिट इतना ज़्यादा था, इतनी स्पीड ज़्यादा थी कि इसने उसको जो है गाड़ी को जब हिट किया पीछे से तो वो गाड़ी पूरी पिचक गई पीछे से, और वो इतनी आगे चली गई कि वो बस में जाके भी घुस के और वो पूरी पिचक गई।
Days after she was expelled from the Congress party, former MLA Navjot Kaur Sidhu has hit out at Rahul Gandhi, saying he doesn't deserve the chair he occupies. She has accused the Congress MP and leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha of being disconnected from ground realities and alleged that what he does is very different from what he says. Speaking to the media, Sidhu also alleged corruption in the Congress party's Punjab unit and predicted its defeat in the state polls next year. Navjot Kaur Sidhu, wife of former cricketer and former Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, says Rahul Gandhi has not worked at the grassroots and does not know what's happening on the ground. You can't be living in a dream world, she claimed. She also claimed she tried to get Gandhi's appointment for 8 months to tell him about the alleged injustice and corruption by the Punjab Congress chief. She said, I just asked you for a sitting to tell you that your party is being destroyed in Punjab. They've already sold the tickets. If you're not aware of what's happening beneath you, then I'm sorry, you don't deserve that chair. You are responsible for what you're doing. 62-year-old Navjot Kaur Sidhu was earlier with the BJP and served as an MLA from 2012 to 2016 when she joined the Congress. Recently, she levelled serious allegations against Punjab Congress chief Amrinder Singh Raja Waring and said the state leadership was demanding 500 crore rupees in exchange for the chief minister's post if the Congress wins the polls next year. She was suspended amid the row following that remark.
Now we come back to that question about Rahul Gandhi. He talks good. He talks sense. But what he does and what he says is very, very different. Okay. For the past 8 months, I have been asking for a time to tell him that your people, your president or your person appointed in Punjab is not doing justice to Punjab. He's killing Congress in Punjab. I'm telling you, I'm just asking you for a sitting to tell you that your party is being destroyed in Punjab. They've already sold the tickets. What tickets are you talking about? The tickets are already sold. So you look at people who are working under you. And if you're not aware of what's happening beneath you, then I'm sorry. You don't deserve that chair. You gave us local bodies and tourism, and you wanted them to be run by according to the CM. You know, giving all the tenders to all the other people who just want it. And then what is there? Why are you talking against corruption when your own people are corrupt? And you're liking those corrupt people around you. The people surrounding you are totally corrupt. So how can you tell? And you have no time for the honest people who want to come and tell you that, okay, this is going wrong. You're not going to win Punjab because of what's happening.
PNP chief Tariq Rahman took oath today as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh following his party's sweeping win in the recent elections. However, what's grabbing headlines instead is yet another provocation by Mohammed Yunus, the chief advisor to Bangladesh's outgoing interim government. This is a man who is believed to be singularly responsible for damaging India-Bangladesh ties in the last 18 months since the ouster of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in August 2024. Under his rule, a strong anti-India sentiment was encouraged across Bangladesh, apart from the numerous attacks on Hindu minorities. In his farewell address, Yunus once again showed a total absence of grace as he needled India for the umpteenth time by raking up the sensitive northeast region. This is an issue that has strained ties enormously between the two neighbouring countries under Yunus's 18-month rule. In a 25-minute farewell speech replete with nationalistic rhetoric, Yunus stated that Bangladesh could provide huge economic potential for the northeast region known as the Seven Sisters through its open sea. Significantly, Yunus referred to the Seven Sisters, that's the 7 northeastern states of India, without even mentioning India. Observers say it was a brazen attempt to portray the Seven Sisters as a separate entity, distinct from India, even as he talked about the sovereignty of Bhutan and Nepal. Remember, the Seven Sisters is a region that Muhammad Yunus had first raised during his visit to China last year, as he provocatively asked Beijing to get involved in the region. That too was seen as a direct insult to India's sovereignty and a grave provocation. India has always pushed back on foreign interference in its territories. In his speech, Yunus said today, Bangladesh can provide huge potential for economic prosperity for the Seven Sister States, Nepal and Bhutan. Our open seas are not just borders, they are gateways to the global economy, he said. Yunus first brought up this issue during his first foreign visit last year to China, where he labelled India's northeast as landlocked and called on China to expand its control in the region. These offensive remarks come even as Yunus faces criticism back home over his legacy as interim chief, which was beset by extended periods of violence, targeting of media houses and numerous attacks on Hindus. The Nobel laureate also warmed up to China and Pakistan at the cost of alienating India, which has always been Bangladesh's all-weather friend, especially in times of crises. In fact, China too featured prominently in his farewell speech. Yunus underscored the need for strategic balance and called for deepening ties with Beijing. He also mentioned the Teesta River Restoration Project, a Chinese-backed project that India has viewed with caution due to its location close to the strategically important Chicken's Neck or Siliguri corridor. Amid outrage in India, former Indian Foreign Secretary Kamal Sibal said the remark by Yunus revealed his dangerous mindset. Sibal said, and I quote, Yunus's reference to the Seven Sisters without mentioning India, even while he mentions Bhutan and Nepal as sovereign nations in the same context, reveals the dangerous mindset of this man and those around him.
In his farewell speech, outgoing interim chief advisor of Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus, did not miss out on provocative and indirect remarks on India's northeastern region. Muhammad Yunus, whose 18-month rule saw strained Delhi-Dhaka ties, raked up India's sensitive northeast region, stressing that Bangladesh could provide huge economic potential for the region known as the Seven Sisters through its open sea. In a 25-minute speech replete with nationalistic rhetoric, Yunus also claimed that the interim government led by him has been able to firmly restore the country's sovereignty, national interests and dignity in foreign policy, an allusion to former PM Sheikh Hasina's proximity to India. What may further upset New Delhi is that Yunus mentioned the Seven Sisters without referencing India, appearing to present the region as a separate entity.
খোলা সমুদ্র কেবল ভৌগোলিক সীমারেখা নয়, এটি বাংলাদেশের জন্য বিশ্ব অর্থনীতির সঙ্গে যুক্ত হওয়ার উন্মুক্ত দরজা। নেপাল, ভুটান ও সেভেন সিস্টার্সকে নিয়ে এই অঞ্চলে অর্থনৈতিক সমৃদ্ধির বিশাল সম্ভাবনা রয়েছে। অর্থনৈতিক অঞ্চল, বাণিজ্যিক চুক্তি ও শুল্কমুক্ত বাজারে প্রবেশের সুযোগের মধ্য দিয়ে এই অঞ্চলে একটি বৈশ্বিক উৎপাদন কেন্দ্র হিসেবে গড়ে ওঠার শক্তিশালী ভিত্তি প্রতিষ্ঠিত হবে।
A group of former international cricket captains, including Indian legends Sunil Gavaskar and Kapil Dev, have issued a joint statement urging the Pakistan government to ensure that former Prime Minister and World Cup winning captain Imran Khan receives immediate and adequate medical attention and is treated with dignity in jail. The statement released today states that the former captains are deeply concerned by reports of a sharp deterioration in Imran Khan's vision while in jail, as well as the conditions of his detention over the past 2.5 years. The signatories to the statement include Michael Atherton, Alan Border, Michael Brearley, Greg Chappell, Ian Chappell, Belinda Clark, Sunil Gavaskar, David Gower, Kim Hughes, Nasser Hussain, Clive Lloyd, Kapil Dev, Stephen Waugh and John Wright. The statement says, we the undersigned, former captains of our national cricket teams, write with deep concern regarding the reported treatment and incarceration conditions of Imran Khan, the distinguished former captain of Pakistan and a legendary figure in world cricket. The cricketing greats have highlighted Imran Khan's contribution to the sport, recalling how he led Pakistan to their historic 1992 Cricket World Cup triumph. They've described the victory as one built on leadership, resilience and sportsmanship that inspired generations across borders. They say many of us competed against him, shared the field with him, or grew up idolizing his all-round brilliance, charisma and competitive spirit. He remains one of the finest all-rounders and captains the sport has ever seen. The cricket captains have also referred to Khan's tenure as Pakistan's democratically elected Prime Minister and stressed that regardless of political differences, he deserves humane treatment. The former cricketers have urged the government of Pakistan to ensure that Khan receives immediate and ongoing medical care from qualified specialists, humane conditions of detention including regular family visits, and fair and transparent access to legal processes without undue delay. The statement goes on to say, cricket has long been a bridge between nations. Our shared history on the field reminds us that rivalry ends when the stumps are drawn and respect endures. This appeal is made in the spirit of sportsmanship and common humanity without prejudice to any legal proceedings. This appeal from the former cricket captains comes days after Imran Khan was examined by a team of doctors following complaints of severe vision loss in his right eye. His party has questioned the manner in which the medical inspection was conducted. A lawyer from Khan's party, the PTI, who met the former Prime Minister on court's directions to assess his living conditions, reported that according to Khan, he has lost 85% vision in his right eye. Imran Khan served as Pakistan's Prime Minister from 2018 to 2022. He has been imprisoned since August 2023 and faces multiple cases which he has described as politically motivated. Earlier, Khan's former teammate, Wasim Akram too urged authorities to ensure that the former cricketer receives the best possible medical care. Akram said it was heartbreaking to hear about Imran Khan's health condition.
In a rare and powerful gesture from the world of cricket, 14 former international captains have come together with one message for Islamabad: treat Imran Khan fairly. Among the signatories are two of India's most respected cricketing icons, Sunil Gavaskar and Kapil Dev. They are joined by legends from Australia, England and the West Indies, including Greg Chappell and Clive Lloyd. Their appeal is directed at the government of Pakistan, led by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The demand is simple: ensure humane treatment and proper medical care for Imran Khan, the 1992 World Cup winning captain who has now spent more than 2 years in jail. Reports about Khan's health have triggered concern. His sister, Alima Khanum, has spoken publicly about his deteriorating condition. A court-appointed lawyer has claimed that Khan has lost significant vision in one eye after medical complaints were allegedly ignored for months. These claims have intensified scrutiny over the conditions of his detention. The letter signed by the 14 captains is careful in tone but firm in its message. It reminds Islamabad that Imran Khan is not just a former Prime Minister. He is a global sporting icon. He led Pakistan to a historic World Cup victory in 1992. Many of the signatories played against him. Some admired him. All acknowledge his stature in the game. The appeal calls for immediate and adequate medical treatment by specialists of his choosing. It asks for humane conditions of detention and regular family access. It also stresses fair and transparent legal proceedings without delay. Importantly, the captains say their appeal is not political. It is rooted in sportsmanship and basic human dignity. India and Pakistan share a complex political relationship, but cricket has always remained a powerful emotional bridge. When Indian legends speak about the treatment of a former Pakistani captain, it carries weight beyond borders. This is not about endorsing a political position, it is about the principle of fair play. In sport, rivalry is intense, but respect remains. That is the spirit the captains are invoking. Imran Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, has also expressed deep concern over his health, particularly his reported vision loss. The situation now places added pressure on Islamabad to respond transparently. The larger question is about how nations treat former leaders, especially those who once commanded global admiration. Cricket may be a game, but in South Asia, it is also diplomacy, memory, and identity. 14 captains have now stepped beyond the boundary rope. Their message is clear: rivalries may fade, but dignity must endure.
That's all the time we have on this edition of Headlines at 8. Thanks for watching. Do join us again at the same time tomorrow. Bye for now.